The truth is, behind any radical innovation in design, a new idea, in a simplistic way of describing such ideas, are always incredible people. And those incredible people have incredible stories, and Acora Acoustics is no different. Now, Valerio Acora is the founder, the chief engineer of Acora Acoustics. But while Acora Acoustics, as we know it today, was founded in September of 2018, the truth is the story, the heritage of this company and these designs go back for decades. Now, Valerio Acora is an exceptional human being, and he designed and built his very first loudspeaker when he was just 6 years old with his brother, who's 4 years older than him, so at the time would have been 10. And they were building what was very traditional at the era, Heath kits and the like, and playing with these types of materials, playing with lossy cabinets that flexed with the drivers, that produced a sensational, beautiful musical sound like an instrument, was ingrained in his mind from an early age. Now, while he continued to aspire to design these types of products because he loved music and he loved the reproduction of music, life goes on. And it turns out that his family has been in monument grade restoration for generations. So he spent much of his teens and his early 20s in the family business, where he worked on places in Toronto, the old city hall, worked in churches and cathedrals on historic grade pieces of stone, which taught him a great deal. And of course, because his love of audio never abated through any of this, he started wondering how these types of materials could positively impact his quest for the perfect loudspeaker. And so as a hobbyist for many years, he continued to innovate on the side, playing with the materials like marble. The granite, of course, that we know today, earlier versions of quartz that aren't as sophisticated as what we have today, limestone, which proved to be a spectacular failure. But these failures are really learning opportunities that give people an opportunity to grow, to develop, and continue to innovate. And so as time went on, his ideas continued to evolve. And we think about some of where we got to today, his process for thinking about loudspeakers as they are conceived today really began in 1994-95 with the creation of a loudspeaker that they knew as the 2.82, culminating in 1997-1998, just a handful of these loudspeakers produced. But if we think about what was going on in 1997 and 1998, there was no internet the way that we think about. So here is this advanced design, incredible materials, granite, marble, quartz, and yet we don't have CNC machines. We don't have any lasers the way that we think about them. There are no water jets. And so while the speakers could be produced one-off, the concept as a company had to wait until technology caught up with Valerio Acora. So fast forward a couple of decades, Valerio Acora becomes successful in the world of information technology, hosts some of the most important companies that you know of in Canada, and this desire to build the world's perfect loudspeaker never went away. And as suddenly we caught up, the world, technology caught up to Valerio Acora's radical ideas of a mathematically perfect cabinet, about having to CNC 3-centimeter thick granite perfectly, 100% of the time, down to fractions of a millimeter. Finally, we caught up to that idea. And in 2018, after much hard work, we got to where we are today. Valerio Acora, working with his partners, finally innovating what we think of as the SRC1 and the SRC2 and the SRB and the signature granite. Literally a culmination of more than 4 decades of passion, of idea, of innovation here, waiting for the rest of the world to catch up. And so it's really fascinating to think about how the products that we enjoy today, these heritage grade sculptures, hewn from materials derived from millions of years of time spent in the mantle of the earth, just like these ideas fermented in Valerio Acora, over many, many decades, waiting for the right opportunity for all of these various technologies to come to fruition in a way that his vision could also come to life. This is the story of Acora Acoustics.